The East Wing of the White House has significant historical relevance to American history. The White House, also called the People's House, has a story to tell about not only American leadership, but about the people they represent. The East Wing as we know it is traced back to President FDR, but its history traces back as far as President Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson added the original west and east terraces in the early 1800s. Those were later rebuilt in 1902 by President Theodore Roosevelt. In 1942, President Franklin Roosevelt commissioned East Wing expansion to include working space and to conceal the underground bunker. Roosevelt faced criticism for the expansion and, as explained by the White House Historical Association, congressional Republicans labeled the expenditure as wasteful, with some accusing Roosevelt of using the project to bolster his presidency's image. The East Wing became the official office of the First Lady in the 1970s. Active First Ladies have used the space since Eleanor Roosevelt for meetings with organizations from the Girl Scouts to educators and trade organizations. The National Historic Preservation Act of 1966 requires federal agencies to initiate measures necessary to direct their policies, plans and programs in such a way that federally owned sites are preserved, restored and maintained for the inspiration and benefit of the people. Under these requirements, building changes require a formal review process. Except for the White House, which has its own committee. That committee, called the Committee for the Preservation of the White House, is chaired by the Director of the Park Service, but the rest of the board members are appointed by the sitting president. In 2010, Donald Trump phoned a top advisor for then-President Barack Obama, suggesting they build a ballroom on the White House grounds. According to interviews, he said, you have these state dinners and you have them in these little tents, and, I build ballrooms. I build the greatest ballrooms and you can come down to Florida to see them. The offer was politely declined by the president, but the story would foreshadow what would happen to the East Wing in 2025. In July 2025, President Donald Trump announced plans to build a $250 million ballroom. His press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, said, "Nothing will be torn down," at its announcement. The teardown stunned historians who have been calling for a rigorous and deliberate design and review process. As the price of the project has climbed to $300 million, and photographs of the East Wing being demolished completely have circulated, the White House Historical Association stated that photographs of the East Wing and its gardens had been captured in detail for the benefit of our nation. To learn more, check out these and other resources online or at your local library. Please follow us at History Bites Unlocked. Unlocking history one bite at a time.